Hey, what's up, folks? How is it going? So, before going to that question, what are the key points of Terraform providers? We'll discuss this question first. This question I put on my LinkedIn page. What is the primary role of providers in Terraform? A, to define Terraform version. B, to manage state files in the backend. C, to interact with cloud providers, SaaS providers, and other APIs. And D, to configure Terraform CLI for deployment. So, answer is C, to interact with cloud providers, SaaS providers, and other APIs. So now let's go through some key points about Terraform providers. Okay. So what is Terraform providers? Terraform providers, like it's a kind of plugin which allows you to interact with the cloud backend, like cloud providers, like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. Similarly, it also allows you to interact with any SaaS provider. So they need to just write a plugin, and plugin will enhance the core functionality. Terraform has some core functionality, and this plugin enhances the code functionality. So this plugin allows Terraform to interact with AWS, Azure, SaaS provider, API to manage resources. Like, what is the role? Role in every resource type in Terraform, it's implemented by provider. So without provider, we cannot manage any infrastructure. Without provider, we cannot manage any infrastructure. And what are the different types of providers? Cloud provider is AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, etc. SaaS provider, GitHub, Datadog, PagerDuty, infrastructure tools, Kubernetes. Local utilities are also there, random TLS, network providers, Cloudflare, Cisco, Meraki, etc. So they are the some of the providers. And another important point about providers, how it's declared in the configuration. Terraform files like required providers. There will be required providers block. And here we are mentioning about AWS provider. AWS source HashiCorp AWS and version we are mentioning. We'll see what is this version is, like a pessimistic constant operator. And some of the providers need additional configuration like API keys and region. Here you can see that provider AWS needs additional configuration like region. And you can also provide the key, API keys, etc. Terraform registry. What is Terraform registry? Terraform registry is where like you have information about publicly available providers are there, and also discover Terraform providers that power all Terraform resource types and modules for quickly deploying common infrastructure configuration. That's the Terraform registry. And let's go about versioning. A provider are released separately from Terraform. So provider will have different version. Terraform version is different from provider version, AWS, Azure. They will have different versions. And in production, it's recommended to have constant provider version. So we are saying that it's a pessimistic constant operator where we are saying that version will be 4.16 to 4.8. Okay. So that means uh, 4. It will be like 4.16, 4.16.1 or 4.17, but it can be 5.0. Right? It can be that major version 5.0. So 4.16 onward and less than 5.0. So that's the this pessimistic constant operator. And provider documentation will get in Terraform registry, accessible through Terraform registry. Each provider has specific documentation. Configuration, we have already seen that this way we configure provider, require a provider block. There are some local utility use also for providers. Like auxiliary task, you can do generating unique resource names, managing certificates, etc. And a provider who provide the providers. HashiCorp, third-party vendors, right? Someone like Cloudflare, they will be writing that providers, right? So that Terraform can interact with Cloudflare. So if you like third-party vendor, they will provide that providers. And some example providers we already have seen AWS managing EC2, Kubernetes for deploying and managing containerized application, and Cloudflare for managing DNS web security. So that's it for today. And please like it, subscribe it, and please check my LinkedIn page where I post quiz, contests, etc. And also uh, follow my WhatsApp channel. Thank you for watching.